Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be how have you amazed your spirit guides. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so, but for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So for this group, I'm hearing you have amazed your spirit guides with your tenacity and also your ability, like your foresight, your ability to see things coming, because I'm hearing you already see the shadows before they come forth. So if people come to you with underhanded intentions or, that energy of trying to get one over on you or trying to blindside you, I feel like you already know it's coming. There's a sense, for some of you, you're actually able to read your own Akashic records and understand the karmic lesson as soon or before like it even plays out. So for example, you could meet someone and you could have a sense of, the past life that you knew them from, or you just have a knowing of how things are going to unfold. Again, foresight and premonition keep coming through. So for some of you, you're actually very gifted in terms of your psychic ability. But you're also capable. I feel for this group, you may have endured a lot of karmic lessons, and I'm hearing you may have had to go it alone at certain periods or through certain karmic cycles. There was a level of having to hold the faith and hope. And I'm hearing, and it could even be pertaining to holding the faith and hope in love, in connections with people. Because for some of you, I'm seeing you may have had karmic lessons that involved betrayal, or I just heard dishonesty, people wearing a mask, right? But I'm hearing they didn't really pull the wool over your eyes in the sense of you already kind of knew and saw it coming. It may have still needed to play out in regards to and for your growth and the growth of the other person. Like I feel like you definitely have had some strong soul and karmic contracts, but it's like it's like you can see through people. And I'm seeing here, it's like this higher version, but you can always see the higher plan. It's almost like you can get into the mind of the divine, of source, of God, and see through some of these illusions. I also feel like, what's that saying? It's like you just let people do their thing and then move on gracefully, in the sense of you still set boundaries, but you don't try to change people, right? And I feel like your spirit guides are amazed at the grace you can offer others, even when they're showing up in this energy. Like you still have grace and love and compassion for others. Yes, you may set boundaries and walk away here with this Ace of Swords. You've definitely got strength. And I just heard, is it a Sia song? I have strength and stamina, something like that. But I'm getting, your spirit guides are amazed as well at your ability to cut people off or, say no, set boundaries, but you do it in such a gentle, loving way. It's almost like you could tell someone, no, you can never be a part of my life again. But it's like they feel loved when you do it. There's something about your energy that's just so, again, reassurance of the golden light. Golden is the word I would use. I'm also getting an energy here of spiritual royalty. And it's like you're of such a high frequency and there's so much light around you, you may have had to endure, again, people or situations that were attracted to you because of that light, but they weren't necessarily able to show up in the embodiment of their higher self. But it's almost like you hold space for them and that energy, and you can still see who they are divinely, even if they may not have really lived up to it in the physical. A lot of compassion from you. And I feel like it does really amaze your spirit guides how you can go through this but still hold the light with the star. You're almost like a lighthouse as well. They're also amazed at how quickly you learn your lessons. I feel like for some of you, you are highly intelligent and you may be quite studious. Now, for some of you, this could be literally being studious in the sense of an academic setting. But for others of you, I'm hearing like spiritually studious. You've learnt a lot internally, spiritually speaking. You may have done a lot of self-study as well, or both. Like you just have a very keen mind. And part of your wisdom and knowledge and your ability to handle situations is because of this learning. again, I'm hearing nothing can deceive you. And it's like, people may think they have one up, or, you know, they're getting away with something, but you already saw it coming. You already knew what they were up to. I think people aren't used to the level of compassion and kindness and grace you give. And that's what I'm hearing. Like, even if you were saying something that ordinarily would be negative or would hurt someone's feelings, it's like when it comes from you, it's almost soothing and loving. But I do feel like you may have had to walk away from a lot of people because they weren't able to match this frequency, or you understood the karmic lesson. You understood that they were temporary parts of the journey, and, you know, you had your own path to walk. I feel like for this group, your spirit guides are amazed as well at your dedication and loyalty to your spiritual path. You haven't allowed like the allures of the physical world, whether that be like wealth, status, I don't know, physical things, to deter you, materialism, to deter you from what really matters. You stay very grounded spiritually, and you've been able to keep this really high frequency, which is also not easy on earth, because it's like you naturally are a golden soul. You have this hope, you have light, inspiration, you can tap into this energy. But when you're going through this, that's not as easy to kind of anchor in, but you've still been able to do it. And with Knight of Wands, I'm hearing you've been able to keep that divine flame alive. It hasn't, you know, it hasn't gone out for you. It hasn't, even challenges or negativity or difficulties, it hasn't been enough to fully deter you or throw you off course. Star children, we have no veils, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration and light. Again, you can completely see through the veil. It does amaze your spirit guides how psychic you are, like your premonitions, your foresight. It could also surprise you at times, because I'm hearing you're super psychic. It's like people are see-through to you, but you can discern between the ego and the higher self. And that's what's enabling you to offer this grace and compassion, because you have a much higher perspective. But again, there's something about your light frequency, the golden aura, the energy that you are able to embody and bring to earth really amazes your spirit guides. Because for this group, I feel like you are a very old soul, but it could have taken many lifetimes to prepare you to be in this energy and maintain this energy, because it isn't, you know, it isn't common. Shine your light, wise actions, space for grace, Kuan Yin. So you work closely with Kuan Yin. You embody a really beautiful divine feminine energy, regardless of gender. But this is the compassion and the grace that I was speaking of. And it's funny that you have this sitting above the Ace of Swords, which ties into what I was saying about and dragon energy. You asserting yourself, you potentially cutting someone out of your life, but it's done in such a loving way. I don't know, they almost feel you doing that is almost like someone else loving them. That's a frequency you can, you know, express yourself in. You also have 777. So again, your energy is just so divine, right? Like, but the way you can carry that divinity, embody that divinity, and not lose hope or not lose faith in the divine or the higher plan. It's like you can be met with betrayal or disappointments or negativity in the physical, in the 3D, or lack, but you still have this vision of divine grace with the star. You can still see the highest potential. You still see the good and beauty in others and the world around you. This group as well, you have a really strong connection to ancient traditions. Ancient Egypt and ancient Greece is coming through very strong. And you're also you've got this beautiful blend of intellect with intuition. Yeah, halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. So again, your spirit guides are confirming that you have learnt great lessons. You're a great student. I think your spirit guides love working with you because you're so open and eager to learn. You don't get caught up so easily in illusion or fear or self-doubt. Some of the things that may trip up others or prevent them from progressing on their path, I feel like it doesn't happen or work for you because you're always kind of evolving and growing and moving forward. You have Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Again, there's a mention here, just your light frequency is so transformative on this planet. And look, again, golden energy. You just have a frequency that you know, you're not here by accident. You being here at this present time in this consciousness is so healing for others and illuminating and even soothing. There's something about your energy. It's like that divine mother energy where it just soothes the soul. That's what I'm getting. But you've had to live through many cycles. And some of these cycles I do feel were more karmic in nature and could have been quite difficult to move through. But with new information, you're always learning, you're always growing, you're always leveling up. And again, some of you may literally make great students, or you have, you know, achieved a lot academically or in your career. But for others of you, this is self-study, spiritual study. You're just very well learned. And when you're passionate about something or commit to something, I feel like you live and breathe that. You literally have star elders, signs and symbols, divine blueprints, Amente. Look, halls of learning, and then you have Amente. So again, some of you can read the Akashic records, especially your own, but you do have the capacity to tap into divine knowledge and wisdom and learning and records for others as well. You yourself may resonate with being a spirit guide, because I know this reading is about your spirit guides, but I feel as though you embody, you know, that spiritual elder energy as well. You may resonate with being a starseed. I feel like you've had many incarnations all over, and that's what's created this beautiful golden light or energy field around you, where you have different light codes and different energies that you've integrated. You have rest, replenish, and release guilt. Yeah, you also don't, say someone hurts or wrongs you to some degree, or there's some sort of karmic interaction. It's not, you hold them accountable, but you don't, there's no vindictive energy or like ill will on your behalf. Like your ability to hold grace, even for those who have wronged you, or even for those who are showing up in a very, you know, low vibrational energy, that's really beautiful and really amazes your spirit guides. Yeah, like you can still see their divine self and their higher self, regardless of what they're doing in the physical. And that's what I'm saying. For you, the physical world is see-through. And that's partly because you're so psychic and you have this level of premonition and, you know, awareness and insight. But I also just feel in general, like your soul has evolved to a level where the physical doesn't really distort things for you. You have exiled, illusion of separation, disconnect, isolation. That's what I was saying earlier. You may have had to walk this path alone, especially with the star, like follow your North Star. I feel like your spirit guides are amazed as well that you've stayed and really lived true to, you know, your divine mission, your divine destiny. And for some of you, you've had to keep the hope alive when it comes to, with the Four of Wands, aligned connections. It could have been difficult for you at some point on the journey, or even currently, to attract in soulmate energy, or those that really vibrate on your level, on your frequency. You have emotional freedom, vulnerability, flowing, rebalancing. This is what also amazes your spirit guides. Again, you're able to shift out of old energies, old karmic cycles, and lay it to rest without it permanently leaving an imprint on your heart, on the way you do things, on how you feel about other people. For example, other people may go through challenges similar to you, but when they experience it, it causes them to shut down or not be open to others, to be guarded. And with you, I feel like you may set boundaries, but you don't allow it to change who you are. You don't change from the beautiful, loving, graceful soul that you are. And I'm also hearing you keep it moving. I feel like, again, your ability to grow and integrate a lesson and then move on quite rapidly, it impresses your spirit guides, because someone could spend a lifetime struggling with a particular lesson, or, you know, really try to learn and master something. But I feel for this group, you've really been put through your paces in this incarnation. And again, it is because you're a spiritual elder at a soul level. You are very much an old soul, which has enabled you, I feel, to maybe speed up certain karmic lessons or cycles. For some of you, I'm hearing you've actually cleared karma completely. It's like you've grown. And that's why, if you notice the beginning of your life, or certain cycles in the earlier stages of your life were quite chaotic or painful or challenging, But then the latter part of your journey, depending at where you're at in this process, is more smooth sailing or effortless. It's because you mastered and you cleared the karma. You were able to integrate the lessons. You were able to release any karmic ties with other souls so that you can also align with the Star and the Four of Wands. You can also align with those who are truly, on your level, spiritually speaking, those who want the best for you, those who are on, a similar frequency. And that may not have been easy to find, because I do feel for this group, you carry and embody a very high frequency and a lot of light. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 2. I'm hearing you've amazed your spirit guides by mastering the lessons of self-love and self-acceptance. I'm hearing for this group, you may have experienced an energy of being misunderstood or being very different to the people around you. Especially with this imagery, with this star child. Again, I do feel for this group, you are a star seed. You are definitely from a different planet, and you may have really felt that growing up specifically, but just in general, you may have felt very misunderstood. You may have had a lot of pressure or energies trying to, I don't know if change you is the right word, but mold you to fit, whether it be society, a family system, even in friendships, perhaps you were the odd one out, or the way you saw the world and did things was very different to the people around you. But I just feel in general, there's this, it's almost like your spirit guides are proud and admiring you for holding your ground. And when I say holding your ground, I mean holding your frequency, not distorting who you really are and who you came here to be, and not diluting yourself. Now, it could have taken some time though to get there. There could have been experiences that made you feel like you had to change, or left you feeling like maybe you wouldn't, be accepted for who you are. But I'm hearing, if you haven't already, you will have your happy ending with Ace of Wands and 10 of Cups. For some of you as well, you're also highly creative and you think outside the box, and that amazes your spirit guides, how unique you are. Because I believe we're all, we all have our unique essence and experiences, but I feel like a lot of people dilute it so that it kind of gets covered over. Whereas with you, because you've had the courage, that's what amazes your spirit guides, your courage. You've had the courage, even when you've been up against opposition, or, these can be attacks, like verbal attacks, or people trying to, again, bring you, when you are energetically the odd one out, sometimes there can be group dynamics that aren't so healthy, that try to bring you, either ostracize you or bring you into alignment with the group. And I'm seeing like those pressures, you may have just like gone your own way and just been like, nope, and separated yourself, or learned to spend and really enjoy time alone. But that is what made you, in the sense of really deepened your connection with spirit, with your creativity, that, may have led you to learn a lot and explore. I feel for this group, your mind is so open. So you could have struggled in the school system to be, how it can be kind of narrow, or the focus is, what I'm hearing is your mind is so expansive. At times you could have trouble like paying attention or focusing energy. But it's because you have so much input coming in. Look at all the planets. It's like you can tap into all these different dimensions, but it could have been misperceived as almost being a dreamer, or like, your head is in the clouds, or you just have a lot. I don't know. People may have seen it as a negative growing up. That's what I'm trying to say. Or in a family dynamic, but it's like, that's your greatest gift. And because you didn't shut it down, now you can utilize it to create and to manifest in the physical. And people, I feel like in your life, those who knew you at an earlier stage may be really shocked to see what you do and who you become, because of the growth you've undertaken, because of the inner work you've done as well. Yeah, it's like you're definitely ahead of your time, but it's this sense that you could see things like years ahead, right? Like if you went into the school system, you could see how the school system would need to change or reform to match your consciousness, or a higher level of consciousness. Essentially, you were never born to fit in, right? You were there, and it may have, manifested as being a lone wolf at certain points, but your spirit guides are so amazed and proud that you stayed true, that you didn't falter. Yeah, and I'm also hearing people that try to influence you or manipulate you or use fear. Like, fear doesn't work on you. And I feel like that may be part of it as well. Like, in a society that primarily runs on fear, with your energy, it's quite unusual. You also have essences and energies. Attuned to subtle energies, balance, frequency holders. Yeah, you held your essence, your frequency. You did not compromise who you really are to make other people more comfortable, or to make them, to make their energy dominant. You may have dealt, and again, in group dynamics, this can happen where, the group is trying to assert either their dominance, like power struggles is what I'm getting. And it's like, you just like slip away, or you just spend time alone. You're like, no, like I'm not going to conform. You may have had to walk away from a lot of systems that didn't serve you. And there could have been periods on your journey where you felt very aversive to society in general, where you felt like perhaps you couldn't fit into school, a mainstream career, even traditional relationships for some of you that aren't high vibrational, that aren't based on unconditional love. They're based on ego and money and status or looks. You may have just felt like what's the saying? Feeling like a sore thumb, like feeling as though, oh, like I just can't find my place. But you didn't. Some people will feel that and then they'll shut down. They'll, suppress some of those aspects of self. With you, you've stayed true to it and you kept moving. And that's what brings you home. Firstly, you came home to self. With the Ace of Cups, what I'm seeing is, even if you have felt, rejected or on the outside looking in from life or a group dynamic, it's like you were able to go really deeply within yourself and get all this abundance, creativity. You learn to pour love into self and not look for it in the external world, which is a power that you now have. And the blessing of that is no one can manipulate you, right? When you're fully fueled within, especially emotionally and spiritually, like the effects of other people, it's just not as potent. I see for this group as well, if you're not already very abundant, you will be very abundant. And you may have a bit of an underdog story where people that knew you at one stage, maybe, again, I just keep hearing they're shocked or they will be shocked at where and who you become, what you do. And it's because your mind can think outside the box. You're not stuck in, oh, I'm just going to work this 9-to-5 job and never, and nothing else is possible for me, and I'll just stay where I've been or where I grew up or where I was raised. It's like your mind is so expansive. There's all these ideas and energies that you can tap into. Synchronicity, opportunities in divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. Yeah, I feel like new ideas come to you really effortlessly. And that's something your spirit guides love about you. But, we can have new ideas come in, but we have to be receptive and open ourselves to either follow them or to be, to venture on a new path or a new project. For some of you, you may live in a way that's alternative. That's not, I keep getting like this energy that's very different to society or your family. Definite, like, I wanted to say black sheep, but I heard rainbow sheep. Because it's like you have all these colors and dimensions to you. And there could have, for some of you, you are multi-talented and you're actually highly gifted, but your gifts may not have been recognized. You're a gifted star seed from a different dimension. So your gifts may not have been recognized or acknowledged, for example, in a traditional schooling system or in like a mainstream job. It's almost like you've got to find your own niche or carve it and create it for yourself, which I feel like you guys are doing or you have already done. But I see you have a lot of potential to create wealth, love, abundance just from tapping in within self. And I feel like part of why your journey was the way it was to, I don't want to say force you to go within, but kind of. There's a sense that, you had to look within because you couldn't find anyone or anything that, resonated with you or was like you. So you have to carve your own path. You have Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. And look at 7 of Cups. You have a huge heart, but you may not have been able to always share it or connect with others, or people may have misperceived this. They may not have quite recognized this. I also feel with 7 of Cups beneath it, you manifest great abundance and opportunities from the heart space. I also feel, I mentioned at the beginning of this reading that your spirit guides are proud of and amazed by your ability to be in this vibration of self-love and self-acceptance, which ties into this heart chakra energy as well. Your ability to pour love into self, to honor self, is part of this beauty. You also have sacred inner space. Yeah, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. But you may have, it's funny, we have the two chakras that are associated with emotion and sensitivity. But your sensitivity may have been seen, taken for granted, right? Or seen, in an egoic society or culture, it can almost be seen as a weakness. So you may have had to explore this side of self internally through artwork, through music, through even channeling, I just heard, or spiritual practice. But you didn't allow your heart to close. That's your superpower, is keeping your heart open, even in the face of whether it be negativity or being misunderstood. Again, this group, you're really creative with Ace of Wands here as well. You have unlimited, streams of income you can tap into and create from. I'm getting like freelancer energy, entrepreneur, healer. The psychic or spiritual arts could be big for some of you as well, like channeling, and you're just very tapped into the divine. Energy healing, I just heard as well. But for others of you, this could be literal artwork and creativity. Okay, integrating energies, awakening, transitioning. Yeah, and I feel like earlier, if you had experiences of feeling like an outsider or feeling rejected in certain connections or specifically group dynamics, I feel as though it was designed to awaken you spiritually because your focus went within. And you have healed and grown and elevated a lot. But you may have had to kind of learn how to self-soothe, learn how to find, strength and grace within yourself, not lean on it externally. And again, that doesn't mean we have the 10 of Cups here. So there's definitely beautiful, loving connections for you. Some of you, you've already found this, or you will find this and be aligned to this. But it's like first you had to go through phases on your journey where you were fully self-sustained. Yeah, Heal the Healer, Soul's Truth, Atlantis, Emerald Tablets. Some of you may resonate as well with being a wounded healer, where you had to heal from certain wounds that were caused to you from others, is what I'm hearing, like family wounds, childhood wounds, especially wounds surrounding, again, lack of acceptance, lack of love externally. And I feel like you've done that. And it's like with Emerald Tablets as well, you are an old soul, you have a connection to ancient Egypt, maybe Thoth. Some of you could be really gifted writers or creatives when it comes to the written word, poetry, songwriters, musicians. But I'm getting here as well with Emerald Tablets. This path you went on caused you to fully awaken to your spiritual, I just heard destiny, but also your spiritual origin, your star origin. Some of you knew from quite a young age that you were, I want to say, not normal. You didn't see the world the way others did, that your energy was very distinct perhaps from those around you. Okay, you have third eye portal. Vision, clairvoyance, and clarity, confusion. You create from this third eye chakra. Your chakras are really strong and very balanced, specifically heart chakra, sacral, and third eye. But these are the chakras that you create from, right? You channel from with that Ace of Wands. And it's like Spirit gives you an endless stream of ideas and downloads for streams of income, creative ideas. And that's the thing, is because you're so self-sustained, often the wealthiest individuals are the ones, number one, that are willing to think outside the box and be different, but also the creatives, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries. You are definitely a visionary, and you are here to have a vision and hold that vision for the new earth, for a higher level of consciousness. And that is why there was challenges integrating into dynamics or systems that were very much based on fear or based on a lower vibration than what you hold. Look, you have empowerment, grounded, strength, stamina. Yeah, you are a unicorn. I kept getting like rainbow sheep, unicorn. You could be very alternative as well in how you like to dress, or alternative or eccentric in how you want to express yourself, dress. But that's what makes you so special, and that's what draws the right people to you. But a lot of people, if they face the earlier challenges you did, would not lose that part of themselves, but suppress it. And I feel for you, that's why your spirit guides are so amazed, because you didn't allow it to, you know, slow you down. I'm hearing break my stride. Nobody's going to slow me down. I've got to keep on moving. Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel like you're like, okay, we'll spend time alone. Yeah, grounded, strength, stamina. You become very strong, very empowered. There's a really strong energy for this group of self-love. Yeah, and it's almost like you're unstoppable now, because there have been people who, it may not be at the extent they tried to stop you, but it could have been. But there's a sense of people that tried to get you to fit the mold. And it's like you've been through all that, and all that pressure couldn't break you. It just strengthened you. You're that beautiful diamond that just reflects all these different light, color, dimensions. You're just so vast and so magical. And I feel like your spirit guides are amazed that you've been able to keep that frequency, keep that energy in a system that, you know, is of a lower frequency. Even in the face of fear, you've stayed true to self. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. I'm hearing for this group, your spirit guides are amazed because you've come out of an energy of feeling stuck with the 8 of Swords, and with the 10 of Wands as well. It could also be coming out of an energy of holding on to the past in any way. I feel for this group, you've completely let go of the past, and it's like now you're ready to really live, to really not just live, but fulfill your dreams specifically as well. I feel like there could have been some energies that you were needing to heal or release from within self that has enabled this forward momentum or forward progression. And it's like your spirit guides are amazed and proud of you for being in this energy. Look at this. Look at the guide around this woman, like holding her shoulders, comforting her. I feel like your spirit guides have really been around you as you've been in this energy of healing and rest. And for some of you, the reason you weren't moving is because you needed time out to heal. So it's like you could have faced almost an energy of feeling stuck, or feeling like, why aren't things progressing, or why aren't things moving ahead? But again, it was necessary for this healing phase, but I feel like you're coming out of it, because I'm getting this energy of firing on all cylinders. Your chakras are aligned, everything's moving forward now, and you're not holding back when it comes to your gifts and your dreams. With 3 of Coins, 9 of Cups, and the Magician, it's like I see you really going after your manifestations, living your truth, living your dreams, not allowing the past to hold you back, or wounds from the past, residue from the past. And that's really, you know, inspiring your guides, I feel. With 4 of Pentacles and the Moon, there could have, again, I was getting an energy that you may have had a tendency to hold on, or I keep getting stuck. With 8 of Swords and the 4 of Coins, you could have felt stuck. But again, there was shadow energies that I feel were either keeping you in that frequency or holding you back energetically. So it's like you had to have this period of healing and introspection and releasing a lot of heavy energies or past energies, limiting beliefs that obstruct the manifestations. But again, I keep hearing you're coming out of that phase, and I feel like you have done a beautiful job as it pertains to healing. Some of you had to heal the throat chakra, because I keep seeing all this blue. So some of you could have had difficulty, you know, asserting your needs or speaking up for what you want, what you feel, what's right for you. Whereas now I feel like you're coming into your higher self. You're coming into the highest expression. I also feel like there's a lot more, you may be feeling lately a lot more passionate or excited. And I feel like your guides are amazed at like your transformation, right? Coming from this energy to this energy. Very empowered as well. Like if in the past you weren't feeling as energized and empowered, I feel like you're definitely going to be feeling that. Some of you may have tweaked your lifestyle routine or how you were caring for yourself. Like I'm getting like exercise routine and eating really healthy, and that's created more physical stamina and energy than you had previously. So for some of you, your guides are amazed and proud of you for letting go of the people, the situations, the habits that were leading to a, you know, perhaps either a stuck energy or that were draining your energy. I feel like there's a focus to you, or you've cleared out certain distractions, both emotionally through healing, but also in regards to your lifestyle or your routine. For some of you, you have set up a solid routine or you're about to. And having this really solid, healthy lifestyle and routine is enabling you to channel or harness your energy in a way that you weren't able to do previously. And it's generating new results for you. You have the Lemurian egg, rest, reintegration of divine potentials. Yeah, there's because of this time out, and again, Spirit is confirming that you did need time for rest and healing, and that was part of the plan. But you as a conscious being may have been feeling stuck or feeling as though like I can't move ahead or nothing's moving ahead. But again, I'm hearing all in divine timing. But there's a sense now, because of this healing work, all these doorways are now open up to you, all these portals that perhaps you weren't able to access or see before. And it's like your spirit guides are amazed at, I think it's almost like they're amazed for this future version as well. Like they can see what you're about to do and create and where you're going. And they're amazed at the beauty and the beauty and the abundance and success that you're manifesting. Because with many of you, with 3 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups, this is specifically, yes, it can be career or financial success, but it's success at something you love doing. It's not just, a day job. It's success with a talent or a skill you have, or a business or enterprise, or even a career path that you really fall in love with. Okay, you've closed out this past cycle, I'm hearing. Ether and matter, spiritualized matter, new life sparkles bedding in the light. With new life as well, I feel like you're ready to start a brand new life, right? Or you're entering a brand new cycle, and I'm hearing the time is now. And you're going to be you may feel like time is speeding up or things are quickening a little for you energetically. And that's true because it's designed to kind of usher you into this new timeline. You've definitely shifted upward into a higher timeline. And I feel like your guides are really happy and proud of you for kind of going through these changes and allowing this transformation to happen. Because again, we can have a spiritual path, but we can always resist it. We don't have to walk it, right? And I feel like you've had faith and trust, even when the veil was down with the moon here, even when it felt like I can't get past something from the past, or I'm not able to move ahead, I'm stuck. It's like you still kept walking step by step and you have moved past it. It's like yourself from a year ago even would be amazed and proud of who you are right now. Yeah, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. With 4 of Pentacles, you may have been asked to release maybe not everything, but kind of like a lot, right? Past attachments, habits, belief systems, thoughts, and it had to be fully cleared or wiped away to make room for the new. And it's like as you emptied out the past and you released the past, it's like you remembered or you could access more of who you really are. It's like certain, because I'm drawn to all these hands and it makes me feel like having a lot of talents or gifts. For some of you, through this shadow work or this healing process, you actually became really clear on what your soul's mission is and what your talents and gifts are. And that's helped you as well. But with Rewrite Your Story, you're about to embark and create a brand new life for yourself that looks nothing like where you've been. And I feel like your guides are amazed by this. And again, some of what they're amazed by is future tense. I feel like it's what you're about to do or what's on the horizon. But some of it as well pertains to your healing process and your healing journey. With karmic board clearing, it's like you had to release a past version of yourself or who you've been told that you are in the past that didn't really match who you actually are at a soul and spiritual level. So it's like letting go of that version enabled you to step into who you really and truly are. You have soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Yeah, it's like when you release what you are not and who you are not, it creates room for who you actually are, right? Like sometimes we have to take the mask off, and I'm not saying you were wearing a mask, but a mask for me represents conditioning. It represents some of the beliefs and the societal constructs we've absorbed from childhood. And it happens unconsciously. And it's like as you strip away the conditioning, who you were told to be or how you were taught to live or, you know, even like it can pertain, for example, to gender roles or how we should be at a particular age. It's like all these stereotypes and subconscious beliefs we've taken on, we strip back, we get to the core. And that's what I feel you've done. For some of you, you could have been still operating from, for example, beliefs from your family system or dynamic. And it's like, as you've healed from the past or healed from certain childhood conditioning, you're able to show up in a more, you know, in your fullest form, in your truest form. Look, you have obsidian, shadow mirror, deep healing, understanding, seer. I'm hearing, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. And with deep healing, it's making me feel that as you healed specifically emotional wounds, but these shadow energies, you were able to see more clearly what you're here to do. Also, you were able to see yourself clearly in regards to your talents, your gifts, your intellect, your creativity. There could have been abilities that you had, but they were almost repressed, or they weren't fully activated. And I feel like for some of you, your spiritual gifts or even downloads with seer, you could have received downloads from your spirit guides around what is really aligned for you and what to do next. And that's what you're really embarking upon. Yeah, this kind of is what I was sensing before. Cleanse, lifestyle choices, detox, nourishment. Again, for some of you, you've really detoxed not just your mind and your emotions, but even your physical body. For some of you, well, that's what you're in the process of doing. But I'm seeing someone that has really cleaned up their lifestyle physically and spiritually, like in terms of the things you watch, the things you listen to, you know, a healthy diet, movement, meditation, a spiritual practice. You may, and also having that solid, it's making me think of the book by Robin Sharma, what is it? The Value Money Can't Buy. And he talks about some of his, you know, lifestyle strategies for success, or, you know, and spiritual practices. You know, he's big on meditation and different things. But it's reminding me of that, like where there was a passage in that book where he was saying how, you know, our success is created literally by our habits, what we do day in and day out. And those seemingly small choices are what create huge success, right? That commitment to write a book for half an hour a day, that commitment to meditate, to take care of your physical health. They have payoffs when it comes to the larger scale, or in the longer term. Those small steps and small daily actions you build upon them. There's something about creating your lifestyle, your time management, your practices for spiritual, physical, emotional health, creating, you know, bounty in the physical, success with the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, abundance. And you have sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith, restoration. Again, you've been in this cocoon energy with sanctuary, and I am hearing that was by design. With love and wisdom, it's like it helped you access depths within yourself, but new levels of awareness and consciousness. And it's like you had to do this healing first before, with the Magician, you were ready to charge ahead. But I do feel like you're reaching a point where you're ready to move. And, you know, and part of this, you know, scheduling or removing of distractions or hindrances to your growth and what you want to do in the physical is part of that process and part of that journey. And I feel like your spirit guides are amazed at, I just heard your commitment as well. Your commitment to self, your commitment to success. And we have here oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine, sitting above the Two of Cups. With the Two of Cups, I feel like you found that within yourself. And yes, that could correlate as well into that being reflected externally, because we do have union energy here as well. But I also feel with oneness as well, you came into union with self, with the feminine and masculine polarities. And you could have been in a phase or cycle previously where you had to be in more of that divine feminine energy, irrespective of gender, to really heal the heart, to open the heart, to release old wounds. Because I'm getting like you almost had to mother or nurture yourself. But I also feel like your guides have been doing that as well. You may have a connection to Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene as well, and Jesus, just so that time frame as well. But I'm getting this energy of you having to really deep dive and kind of nurture self or rebuild yourself emotionally, spiritually, energetically before moving ahead. But with divine masculine energy, you're entering a time where you're really starting to move. For some of you, physical movement, like, yes, physical action toward your dreams, like daily, you know, your dreams, your career, your health, well-being, all areas is part of it. But also you may start feeling as though I'm really ready to go. Do you know, like in the past, you could have needed to have so much energy for introspection or for inner healing that, you know, the physical world may not have been as much of a priority. And I see this energy shifting for you, and your spirit guides are amazed, like seeing you really start moving ahead, and they will be as you start building, because I feel like you're kind of at this precipice. I just saw 1414 obviously breaks down to a 5, so changes. It's like you're going, your life is going to be night and day is what I feel. And it's like your spirit guides are looking into the future and where you're headed and what you're creating and manifesting, and they're getting excited already for you, because I feel like it's going to be completely different to what you've experienced previously, but the energy you're embodying is going to be a lot. It's still balanced with the masculine and feminine polarities, but definitely more of a go-getter energy. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. Okay, so for this group, I'm hearing your guides are amazed by your creativity, your self-expression. With Page of Wands and Queen of Wands, there's something very inspired and inspiring about you, and there's something that you're here to birth and create. I feel for this group, you have specifically incarnated to, again, some of you may resonate with being an artist, a channel, a writer. There's something specific. It could be like a business that you're giving birth to and creating, but there's something very pertinent that you're here to give birth to and create. And again, you're all on different timelines. So for some of you, this has already happened. For others of you, this is future tense as well. Like you're in the process of creating this. But with Page of Wands, your spirit guides are amazed by your creativity, the depth of your ideas, your wisdom. It's like you're like a live wire, right? Like I'm getting this spark of energy. It's almost like you can create, I just hope you can create anything. You're really unstoppable. And I feel like your creative vision, and with the sun, like you're not afraid to shine bright as well and to be seen. Because I feel like part of your path could really be, you know, others witnessing your journey at least. Whether it resonates as literally fame and success, it could be. But it also could be fame and success about something, again, you've done. It could be like a book you write, a song you create, something that a painting. There's something you're here to give birth to and create that is, I just heard mind-blowing. And you're not afraid, with the Sun and the 8 of Pentacles, you're not afraid to dedicate yourself to your craft. 8 of Pentacles can, for me, seem like hard work, but I'm getting it's not hard work, because what you're dedicating your time and energy to, you love. So it's not like that sense of, oh, you know, a slog where I have to really force myself to do this or create this. I do feel it comes quite natural to you. But it's like your spirit guides are amazed at your dedication, your passion. Yeah, for this group, I don't feel like you can be in situations or environments that you're not passionate about. I think it may be challenging for you at times to be around people or in energies where there's not that love, that spark, that grace, that passion. Yeah, like I'm hearing, I don't know if you found certain, whether it be like a workplace or situations in the past kind of dull, even connections. Like you could be someone that, if something doesn't really hold your passion and attention, you may kind of lose interest easily. Like when it's aligned to you, you have all the dedication and focus in the world. But if it doesn't really mean much to you, it could be really hard to capture your attention. You also are your spirit guides are amazed at your connection with your inner child, because with Page of Wands as well, regardless of age, Page of Wands and Queen of Wands, irrespective of age, you don't lose that spark. You don't lose that, you know, that sense of play, of creativity, of expression. That joy is still there. You balance as well practicality with the King of Pentacles and creativity. So for many of you,
or again, this could be now, or this could be future tense, but I see you generating and being able to attract a lot of abundance from something that people think is difficult to create abundance from. For example, like rather than the starving artist, it's like the super rich artist or super abundant artist. I feel as though you can kind of generate wealth and abundance in ways that really surprise others. But again, it's your passion and your love that's fueling it. For some of you as well, Page of Wands and Queen of Wands, you could do a lot of travel, or you live, in the either now or in the future. You could be a digital nomad, someone that has, freedom of location. I just see you there's a lot of freedom in these cards. There's a sense of always creating and living in a way that's true to the soul, but may not match, convention or societal constructs as much. Yeah, and I feel like you live your life in a way where there is a lot of freedom, and I'm hearing you're unencumbered. There's a sense like nothing can bind you, is the other thing I'm getting. Like, even if you were in a situation for some time, like say it's a relationship or a workplace, but you knew in your heart and soul, this is stifling me. My soul cannot flourish in this environment. I feel like you always connect and go the path of the soul. You could literally, I mentioned inner child, we have soul child. So for some of you as well, your spirit guides, for those of you where it resonates and you're a parent, your guides are amazed at your ability to parent, to be a great parent, to nurture children in general. Some of you have a very strong connection and affinity to children and animals. But I also feel this energy does refer to your inner child. You have initiation, deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. With this whale as well, I'm getting that energy of not being afraid to deep dive emotionally, not being afraid to, explore hidden depths. I also hear, even when you go through spiritual initiations or there's challenges upon your path, you never lose hope or trust. It's like you're very optimistic. So your spirit guides are amazed at your ability to hold optimism, even in situations where it's not easy, or others may easily become discouraged or lose faith. I also feel like you've held a lot of optimism or faith in your own talents and what you create, what you're here to do. You also have travel, inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. Yeah, also your confidence. You have immense confidence and faith in yourself and your ability to share your voice, your creation with this dragon energy, to put yourself out there. And again, this is either present or future energy. You're definitely here to be seen, and I feel like you inspire a lot of people, or you're going to inspire a lot of people. It's like people are going to look up to, and again, you could be inspiring people through something you create, right? Like a book, a poem, a song, or music. There's something that you're here to, or something you channel, an artwork, a business. There's something about your story that's going to be very, very inspiring, or something that you're creating and sharing with the collective that helps to inspire them. You have Hatha light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Yeah, I feel like, number one, you're always growing and evolving. You're always leveling up. But it's like I'm hearing all your chakras are online, like fully powered up. Your energy is just very vibrant, very potent. Also, I'm hearing you maybe I'm seeing like an energizer bunny. Like you could be quite energetic as well as optimistic. You have a lot of excitement for life. There's a lot of inspiration for you. It's like never ending. I'm hearing, what's that song? Life is a highway. I'm going to ride it all night long. If you're going my way. There's just that sense of like liberation. Your spirit guides may love being around you or just seeing your journey because it's just so, inspiring, liberated. Like nothing can tie you down. So you may live in a way that's, yes, nomadic, but you're not bound, say someone would say, oh, you're in this, so you have to stay there. You're like, oh, no, it wouldn't. Normal conventions, pressures, manipulations wouldn't work on you. We have star gathering, stars align, remembering home, soul, family, definite star seed. With death as well, though, you've been through a lot of an initiation. You've been through a lot of rebirths and transformations spiritually. Yeah, but with stars aligned, it's like a lucky break, yeah? But it could have taken years. For you, it could even take, like you're someone, it could take a decade and you'd still have faith. You'd still keep going, like nothing would faze you. I just feel like nothing can break that spirit, that joy, that creativity, that love and zest for life. No matter what occurs around you, you still hold true to it. I also feel for some of you, again, this ties into your talents or your career. There's a gift, there's a talent, there's a career path that you have or that you're focused on, that you have unending joy and passion for, that you really love what you're doing or you feel very inspired by what you're doing. And it gives you this dedication and focus and this unwavering commitment and perseverance because of that love. And that could be, you know, when they talk about successful individuals, often the most important determiner is grit, right? Their ability to get back up, their ability to keep going when others would probably lose hope or give up. Like that perseverance, you have that energy, but it's not grit in the sense of, oh, I have to will myself and push. It almost comes naturally because it's like you couldn't imagine not doing this. It's like the artists that even if they, you know, aren't currently making money off it, they live and breathe it. You know, it's only a matter of time until that love, that passion, the works starts to overflow into the physical. Yeah, and look, inner child, innocence, self-awareness, above the Page of Wands. Yeah, you're super in touch with your inner child and you create from your inner child. With self-awareness, I feel for this group, you are starseeds, and I feel like you have a Venusian energy as well. So some of you could have Taurus or Libra prominent in the chart, but others of you, I feel really strong fire for you. But there's a sense here as well, like with inner child, I'm getting that energy of endless. Again, you may have a lot of physical energy because I feel really like revved up, or there's this sense of having endless, and maybe not endless energy, but you're very passionate, right? You have that capacity to keep creating, keep going, travel, explore. Like there's just a fresh energy. And I feel like when people are around you or they interact with you, they feel liberated. We also have Way Shower, shake up the system, cellular upgrades. Again, you're here to be seen is what I heard with the Queen of Wands, or your work is here to be seen. With Way Shower, you're here to inspire other people and to live outside the box, to live a life perhaps that's creative, that's unconventional, that doesn't fit traditional models of, you know, success in the sense, for this group, I don't know if you're well suited to like a 9-to-5 job or career path. You may be someone that's a freelancer or entrepreneur or artist or creative. You may be someone that, you know, likes to forge your own path and create your own abundance, or that's what you will do in the future. But I just feel there's something unconventional about how you express yourself, how you live, what your values and passions are. It doesn't necessarily match those around you or society at large. Yeah, but with cellular upgrades, you had to go through a lot of upgrades and initiations, spiritually speaking, to reach your current frequency, or to reach the frequency of being this way shower, or for some of you like a public figure. For some of you, I feel like, and this could even be on social media where you're sharing your work or you're inspiring people through content you're creating as well. But I just get there is an element of people witnessing you, your work, your journey, and that really inspiring them. Okay, root portal, vitality, stability, and survival, and fearful. Yeah, but it's like you don't live from fear, and that's what casts you as very unique as well. Like the fears that others have that keep them stuck, I don't know, it's either you don't have them or you don't allow them to keep you stuck. You kind of heal them, move through them, and then keep moving forward. The number, I keep seeing the number 6 for you as well, but then I get that energy of artistry or creativity. You have such strong life force energy and creative energy within you. But with root portal also, for you, stability you may not consider stability being outside of you. So a lot of people who live in a more traditional sense, for example, stability may be the amount of money they have in the bank, or owning a home, or whatever they define it as in the material world. For you, your stability may come just through your connection from and with source and the divine and yourself. So you may not need or place the same amount of emphasis on the physical stuff Because I'm getting with this group, you may be, again, a minimalist or more nomadic or just not really bound by the material world. You have reflective truth, identity, self-love, acceptance. Yeah, part of your life's mission and purpose was to be very true in regards to your identity. You know, loving yourself, living out your purpose, living your truth, even if it doesn't conform or match, you know, societal standards or the standards of people around you, just being really authentic to self. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. And it is inspiring people, because with Mirror as well, I keep seeing either people watching you or people will, you know, you may have a lot of eyes on what you create, or it reaches a lot of people. So it could be like online, or, you know, even in an international market where you have a lot of reach. I just feel, and that won't resonate for all of you. Some of you, you're just inspiring people in your community or people that know of you in your journey. Like when they're around you, they feel lit up. That inner child comes alive. They're passionate. They're inspired. They want to create themselves. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.